Good afternoon and welcome to the Wright Wine Company Whisky Sample Club. Here we are in the beautiful Skipton woods overlooking Skipton Castle. So this would have been the site that welcomed the visiting Lancastrians across the border. We've got another interesting whisky for you. It looks like it's a very spectacular whisky in a beautiful ornate bottle. You may notice the cork floating around in the bottom of the bottle. This is a great problem about a lot of these old whiskies, that the corks just kind of disintegrate into the bottle. But what have we got here? It's actually a whisky from the Tomatin distillery. Now Tomatin opened in 1897. Again, a bit of a checkered history. Sometimes it was closed, sometimes it was open, sometimes it produced, sometimes it didn't. It was acquired actually by two long-serving customers of Tomatin in 1986, who were actually both Japanese gentlemen, and it was the first distillery that was actually acquired by the Japanese in Scotland. It's a Highland distillery. In the 1970s, it was actually one of the biggest distilleries. It actually produced over 5 million litres, so a hell of a sized distillery, and one that not many people know. Responsible in the past for blends like Big T, but perhaps more famously now, responsible for a blend called Antiquary. In the past, the vast majority went to blends. Now they're trying to increase production for their own blends. Well, this is actually a bottling from 1966, so World Cup Glory, Thunderball, James Bond film, Dr. Zhivago, the first Pampers disposable nappy was created. My favourite song, The Monkees' I'm a Believer. I'm not going to launch into song and sing it to you. But yeah, so distillation from 1966, 26-year-old at 43%. Well, the first thing that surprises me is colour. The colour isn't very dark at all. One would expect a whisky this old would be very, very deep in colour. It's not. Anyway, let's see what we got on the nose. Well, it's very bright. It's quite punchy. There's lots of barley grist there. It's really incredibly youthful. If somebody had given me this blind, I would have said perhaps a whisky 10, 12 years old. Not what it actually is. It's actually only a 26-year-old. It was bottled in 1966, 26. You can do the maths yourself. It's citric. There's freshness there. There's a bit of coffee. Let's see what we got on the palate. Well, first off, it feels more than the 43% it is. There's this wonderful, fresh, gritty spice coming through. There's quite good acidity there, which I find quite surprising. It's still this very, very youthful. There's the barley there, there's the vanilla there. It's punchy. It feels more than 43%, and it feels much, much younger. Would I buy it? I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's worth its £200 price tag. I think it's interesting.